Good morning. Another lovely day on the road. It's really early. It's 6:45 and I've been driving for AM and I've been driving for about an hour. And so I want to talk about a bit about goals versus end goals versus the path towards the goal or the journey. Because I thought about this this morning, and it really hit me because I often talk about how Ironman is like some people could see it as a big goal, as an achievement, whereas I see it as it's just a part of it. It's actually the journey or the training towards an Ironman that is the actual goal. That's the end goal, to create an environment or a daily life where I train towards an Ironman, and then the Ironman itself or the event is just where you celebrate it, but it's not actually the end goal of it. And then I thought about this process, about me doing YouTube videos, and I thought about it in the same way, basically, because how should I say, I want to make this. I'm a really newbie at making YouTube videos, talking to the camera, using microphone, recording stuff, editing videos and all that. It's a bit of a hassle, and I want to lower that threshold to be able to do it, to make it a part of my daily journey, daily habit, so to say. And if I compare it to how I have it, I often talk about budgeting and how I design in training in my normal life, not to be able to not to have to squeeze it in at the end of the day or so. For example, I often go for running during lunch, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I don't even have to think about it. I just put on my clothes and go out running, even whatever the weather is. The threshold is so low, I don't even think about it, and I enjoy it every time. And the same with, for example, say cycling indoors. I have a really good routine when I train inside during the winter. I have a gym at home, a really nice gym that I've built. It's in a shed in the garden, so it's like 15-20 meters from my house, and I change my clothes inside the house, and then I take a walk outside to the shed. It takes me 15 seconds, and it takes me about 1 minute from when I enter the door until I'm up on the trainer and I have my program running. So there is no I don't have to fiddle very much. It's all set up just to set up the training. I enter the gym, change my shoes, put on my shoes, put on my laptop on my desk in front of me, start Trainer Road on my phone, because I use Trainer Road for structured training, start pedaling, and while I'm warming up or setting up the program I'm supposed to do, I put on YouTube video or Netflix video, and I'm on, and within a minute I'm up and running. So, and I really want that. That's where I was supposed to come back to. So I want that to be the same with this YouTube creation, creating a video like this or anything. I want it to be hassle-free. I just want it to be a natural thing that I do, because since I'm not used to it, it can feel like a high threshold, so to say, to put on the microphone. I have to pull up the gear. I have to bring the camera, talk to the camera. Maybe I should have a script or been thinking through the script before, and then if I have some notes, I should have those notes written, and all those kind of things. And I realized that's the part I want to be. That's the thing I want to be better at, because that having that threshold, it takes up a lot of energy and it makes it harder to do. And I realized the only way I can do that, to be better at that, is to practice. So that's basically one of the reason for this video, because I thought about it while driving here, and I thought, well, how should I get better at this? And I mean, the end goal for this channel, or the idea of having this YouTube channel, is not to be able to like get millions of subscribers and earn millions of dollars. Okay, of course that would be nice, but I don't think the crowd for this is or my skills is suited for that. But still, I want to contribute in this forum, because I love it. I've been using it for many years, and I totally love it. And that's what I want to. I want this to be same as with training. I want to enjoy the path rather than the end goal of having like a big channel with a lot of subscribers, with being this guy that can create fantastic videos, because I really want to make sure I enjoy the process, because for me it's every little step, like creating a thumbnail, creating or thinking about the idea of what to talk about, creating the script, editing videos, all those things are new to me. And I don't want to wait until I'm done with that, or I'm good at all those things, because I know that would take thousands of hours to be great at that. Instead, I want to enjoy the process, or enjoy the path, rather than practicing and then putting out some great video at the end. But that would take like many years. So, and I also think that's how I think about when it comes to training. I mean, a lot of people do training, or train for an Ironman. I mean, since I talk a lot about Ironman, so I should use Ironman probably. But people do Ironman or sign up for an Ironman for a multitude of reasons. Some people do it for like they want this check in the box. They've probably done training for all their lives. Maybe different sports, running, cycling, or swimming, and they want this. You are an Ironman. I mean, once an Ironman, always an Ironman. Get a tattoo, all those things. Other people do it to, for example, to change their lives in some way. For example, they've gone through something massive in their life, like a divorce or some tragedy, or they are turning 40 or 50 or 60, and they want to realize or do something about with their lives. Other people might have they want to start lose weight, for example. That's must be one of the most common reasons. And instead, to be able to have something more to focus on, just than the focus on training, or eating the right things and they connected with one of these goals, for example an Ironman or doing some big event or whatever that might be. And it was probably the same for me, because I probably wanted this tick in the box, you are an Ironman, big event. First time I did it was 2016 Ironman Kalmar. Since then I've done 17 Ironmans during the last 10 years. But for me it really hit me, training for this Ironman, that I wanted that to be part of my life. It worked really well with how I see myself, how I want my life to be. Because I want training to be I've always trained for my life, but I want training to be a natural thing of my daily routine. And training for an Ironman requires, of course, substantial amounts of work, but I don't dedicate that many hours. I've said it before, over the last 10, 11, maybe 12 years actually, I've averaged 7 hours per week for training. And that's including running, cycling, swimming, weight training, not walking and that, but the actual stuff that I record on Strava, for example. 7 hours on average per week over the year. And during the winter, that's a little bit less, maybe 5 hours some weeks, 4 or 5 hours some weeks. And during the summer, it's a little bit more, because then I can go out, spend more hours on the bike, for example, taking longer runs, taking longer bike rides. It feels more natural, and you spend more time outside, and it's easier to build up the hours. And it's also the season of racing or enjoying the events, because since I'm not a pro, or how do you say, I don't race to win, I race to participate or enjoy the event. I'm like this, I call myself like an event athlete or a recreational athlete. I'm 47 years old. I do training because I think it's great, and it also builds my health, and also both my physical health, but also my mental health. Struggling, back to the I came to think about this, because struggling with the words, and that's also one thing that makes a threshold creating YouTube videos. Because when I started this channel, I decided that I want this channel, all the videos, to be in English. And since I'm not a native English speaker, I'm from Sweden, so I speak Swedish natively. Another threshold is the language, of course, and it's always difficult to get the words out in a different language that is not your native language, because you struggle on the words, you can struggle on the words, and you don't have the same flow in another language as you do in your native language, of course. And that can definitely feel like a struggle many times, because you think in one language, and then you should talk in another language, and then you have to translate in the head during the times. I think more as longer in the video as it goes, and the more I talk English in the videos, I think I switch to thinking in English during the videos as well, but I'm not sure. And the reason for having the videos in English is that in Sweden there are like 10 million people speaking Swedish. It's a really, really small language, and I don't want this. There are a lot of like automatic translations on YouTube, but I think it sounds pretty crappy, and it would feel better and also develop my skills in speaking naturally in English if I spoke English in these videos. And I would also the potential of reaching more people over the time would also be better if I have this in English. So continuous development. I mean, that's the name of the channel, and that's the way I want to live my life, to be always developing, always improving. And as part of that, you have to put up with sometimes me struggling with the words or anything, or with the videos. So making the path the real goal, or enjoy and make sure to enjoy that. That's my key here, key point, I would say. So just and I think it's the same. It's probably the same for many people doing training. It's not actually the crossing the finish line that is the main goal. Or when you have that main goal, that's probably mainly for people competing in sports, and so then of course you want the gold medal. But for most of us, that's not the actual goal. It's a small part of the goal that we get to enjoy along the road, so to say. But the journey itself, that's the whole point. That's what makes us happy. And I want this to be the same with the YouTube, creating videos for YouTube. I tend to, well, I move the camera here because I have the sun from behind, and I can see in the small screen here in front that the picture totally gets, I don't know, illuminated or whatever it's called. So I have to change it a bit. And I also have to watch the road. Of course. I mean, I don't think this is more dangerous, because I have the camera here. So I don't think this is more dangerous than talking to a friend or whatever who's a passenger sitting in the car. So be sure I drive safe, and I also have a good car that handles the road. I wouldn't say self-driving, but it at least stays on the road and brakes if there are any obstacles in front of me. So part of the goal, or a big journey of this YouTube ride that I'm on, or I have started. So I think that's it for today. This little video about enjoying the path rather than the goal, or actually letting the journey, the actual activities, the daily activities, day to day, enjoy those more, or let that actually be the end goal rather than crossing the finish line. That's just part of it. That's when you get to celebrate and enjoy for a while. So and also I actually forgot, this is really important, I think, because if you have this goal, let's say it's an Ironman, and you have signed up for an Ironman, and that's you're going to participate in 1 year from now, or whatever that might be, three months from now. And you spend all these hours, thousands of hours of training for that Ironman, for that event. And potentially you might get sick, or you might get ill, and you're not able to participate. Or during the event there might be, you might crash, or you might get some other technical issue, or you get hurt in some way. You will have your stomach just crashes or whatever, that makes you have to abort, or DNF, did not finish. You don't want, if you have the end goal being you crossing the finish line, what happens then? Then you will have all those hours might be for nothing. if you don't allow that to be your end goal, if you allow the journey to be the end goal, the whole thing totally changes it. I mean, the thing totally changes because it's still successful. I mean, what might have been a failure if the whole goal is to cross the finish line could still be success, even if you did not finish on the race. And that's the whole point. So, for example, allow yourself to be successful even if something shows up. I mean, that could be a number of reasons. Same thing here. I mean, this YouTube creation, this YouTube channel might be a flop, totally crash. But at the end, I don't want to feel like a failure if it does, or because the whole point is that I have still learned a number of things. I mean, talking to the camera, getting better at speaking English, for example, editing video, all those things. I really want to make sure that feels like a success, however it goes with this channel or anything. That's the key point, and I think that's important to take with you. So make sure to build a process that will feel like a success, however, or whatever happens at the end. So if you don't get to do that event, you're just more healthy, more well prepared for another event or anything in life. All right, now I can end this video and get to work. All right, bye for now.